Hi, Dr. Urban here. This is the second video in my video series about cognitive decline, dementia, brain fog, Alzheimer's, and that category of cognitive decline. This particular video is called Reversing Cognitive Decline, Cost, Opportunity, and Data Issues. But first, Dr. Dale Bredesen, in his book, The End of Alzheimer's, talks about 36 contributors to Alzheimer's, and that he has not met anyone in his over 1,000 patients so far who had only one. So that's a little disconcerting in that you probably have more than one, but let's work with the premise that you do have more than one. Let's just accept you in cognitive decline or have cognitive issues. You probably have more than one of the contributors, could have several. So how do we know? Well, let's just let that hang out there for a little bit and go on to the opportunities. We have costs. We have cost opportunities, but your costs are limited. What do you do with someone with $50 worth of discretionary income a month and they borrow that? Well, if you have unlimited insurance and unlimited private funds, you can get all the tests you want. But the tests, as we find out, can be suboptimal. But doctor, there's also an issue of data. Data rules. I'm a retired orthopedic surgeon. I've had cognitive decline, tested for it. I've seen it from the inside, and I can relate to it. But I'm now a curator. I go out and find people with information, put it together, see if it makes sense, and present it to you. Now, if you're a medico, and that's one of the groups that might be watching this, if you're a medico, you say, well, who's this guy to qualify as a treater of cognitive decline, dementia, Alzheimer's, etc. Well, I'm not a treater. I'm a curator of information. You take the information, I'm not telling you what to do, you put it together and come with a good plan, hopefully a great plan. And it may not be the plan that I chose for my life, but I'll give you the information in these videos. Okay, there's one other thing that we need to know, that you are your own control. I can tell you from personal experience, if you take something or several somethings and your memory is better, you'll know it. If you recognize your granddaughter for the first time in a long time, you'll know it. If you remember why you're doing something and what you were doing 3 minutes ago, you'll know it. You get the picture, you know, the crossword puzzle, the working on the computer, recognizing your wife, smiles back on your face. You will know it. You'll know it in your heart. Long before people will recognize it, you'll know it. So we can say, one, that you probably have more than one problem, and you may not ever know what the others are. You may test for it, but you may, because we don't know exactly what normal is. Now I'm using that, my interpretation, there are normal ranges. Or you may not ever know what the other causes are, but you do know if you're better. So if you try something and it doesn't help, or it does help, even though you may not be sure because you may be trying more than one thing, you're on the right path, in my opinion, as it pertains to me. So I just offered that advice. Now, you need to know that I cannot treat you or give you medical advice. I can tell you what the information says. So you need to read my disclaimer. My disclaimer will tell you that I can't treat, and this is a video and site is for information purposes only. Keep that in mind. And be sure to follow the channel. Remember, I'm going to try to do this for as cheap as possible. You know, those costs. That person with $50, he doesn't need to be sending it to me. So anyway, I wish you well on your journey. The caregivers come along, the medicos be open-minded, and the interested parties make your contributions. Thank you very much, and be in good health.